but that in rural Ireland, the green agenda, if you want to call it that for want of a better word, is viewed with scepticism and indeed a degree of pushback, that they fear that you are coming as the Greens for their way of life and they don't like it.
Yeah, change is not easy. I'm always quoting Woodrow Wilson, the former US president. If you want to make enemies, change things. And in adapting and in stopping climate change, we do have to change things. We have to change our food and our farming system, yes. We have to change our energy system. We have to change our transport system. We have to change towards a circular economy. We have to start living within the limits that the planet sets. Now, that change isn't easy, but actually, I think firstly, how we go about that. We, instead of wagging our finger telling people what to do, we do need to ask for people to help. And we do have to set out a new way of doing things which is actually better. You won't just stop people saying, you have to stop doing this and it's a punitive, it's a hardship posting. It does have to, what we have to deliver, and it's bottom up as well as top down, is a different way of doing things that reduces the pollution but gives us the protection, the security, the prosperity that we need. And I think that is possible.
A couple of things I want to get to before I let you go, Minister. A front of the Irish Times this morning, referendum risked legal uncertainty for migration rules, officials cautioned. This is the story that that your minister, Roderic O'Gorman, was warned that there could be issues if the referendums were passed around things like migration, even though what was being said publicly to the public in the run-up to the referendum was that was not an issue, but he was being advised at the same time as that it was. The government goes on a lot about misinformation and disinformation and how to combat it. It could be construed that you yourselves are guilty of it with stuff like this.
I read that article this morning, and I have the highest regard for Arthur Beasley, the author, but it's strange because actually if you read down the bottom of the article, that advice was given prior to the wording finally being concluded. So it was hypothetical to a certain extent. It wasn't based on the wording that was being presented. But can I go back? And listen, the people voted on that. The people are sovereign in our country. So the vote was overwhelmingly against the wording. But you see what I'm saying
about misinformation?
Well, I don't think there was any misinformation. I mean, the motive there in government was to try and modernise our constitution so that it wouldn't discriminate on the basis of gender, and also to try and promote caring in our society. Now, the government clearly lost that vote overwhelmingly, so you accept that, and it'll be up to a future government to come back.
All right,
but there wasn't any attempt to misinform.
A couple of other